Welcome back. Three things I wish I knew sooner about weight loss by the Guilt Free Health Coach. That's me. So, if you're on a health journey or you're thinking to start, you probably want it to go smoothly. Here are three things I had to learn through my experience or with my clients on their path to freedom and fitness. Welcome to your first time here. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. The Guilt Free Game Plan is the most compassionate way to build self control so you lose weight without all or nothing diets. Links are in the description below. So, the first tip I have here: weight loss doesn't have to suck. It's a very common misconception that gets on my nerves. So, cutting out all sugar, you might think you have to do that, or always feeling like you can't do the things that you want to do, or like you're restricting everything in your life. You can't eat what you want, all that, not allowing yourself to eat certain foods. Those are things that you don't have to do in order to lose weight. And you should really consider where you first adopted those beliefs, because there's a lot more behind the scenes that could actually make it enjoyable for you to lead the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. Click like if that's something you're into. And you'll see this a lot, especially online on online forums like Reddit, or people that you're talking to and they say, oh, I can't do that, it's against the rules, or that's being bad, or something like that. And that stuff is really harmful for you to make changes that are sustainable and that you can keep. So weight loss doesn't have to suck. The second point I have, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. This is a big thing for a lot of people, and they get stuck thinking that trying to be perfect can keep you from starting in the first place, or it can make you quit. So when you have an all or nothing thing, you feel like you have to prepare yourself, and maybe you'll never feel prepared enough in order to start making the changes, and that's what keeps people from starting in the first place. So a lot of people will say like, oh yeah, I'll do it later, or whenever the time's right, or whenever I'm feeling ready. And a lot of times I'll wait until New Year's resolutions. And then that is usually months away or a long ways away when they can just start now. So don't focus on, an all or nothing approach. Do small little changes, even if it's just one change, drinking more water per day, or getting an extra serving of fruit with your breakfast. Those small changes can make a big impact, and they can build momentum towards what you want to accomplish with your health and your weight loss goals. Or if you think everything has to be perfect, this is a common one too. I'm talking about all the common ones here. It's like when someone messes up, say you have something you weren't planning to eat, or a big dessert at lunch, and you think, oh no, I've ruined my diet, I can't get back on track. So then you blow off the rest of the day. You say, might as well have, a giant slice of cheesecake for dinner as well. Or, I already messed up this week, so I don't need to, or I'll start again on Monday, or I'll start again at the beginning of the month. And that all or nothing thinking really holds people back from actually getting back on track and recognizing that one meal doesn't make all the difference. It's about your overall habits and consistency over a long period of time. So, second tip, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. The small changes matter. And the third tip I have, third point of wisdom, there's a difference between knowing and doing. This is a big one. Knowing it doesn't do the things. You can know all you want, but if you don't have the skills or process or system in order to implement it, then you won't do it. Or if you know all the things that you should do, even though you haven't studied it or you haven't actually read about them, you just think that you should, then you go around trying to do those things and it doesn't match up to your expectations. And that can be very disappointing, or, discouraging if you don't know what to look for. So there is a big difference between knowing and doing. And I know this from my experience personally in public health after grad school. So I have a master's in medical science. My undergrad's in nutrition. I really was reading the studies, breaking things down in depth with all the systems behind the scenes of how the body works, nutrition and metabolism, especially like what you eat and how it impacts the systems in your body so you can live, or what happens when the processes don't work correctly. And all the current research. I just did a video a few moments ago on orforglipron, the GLP-1 receptor agonist medication, or I'll do Wegovy, all those things. So I know all this stuff. I do the research, and then I went to work in public health and in nutrition education clinic with people of varying ranges of education and scheduling capability and time and resources. And what I found was not everyone studies all the details like I do, and not everyone cares as much, and not everyone will take the time to read those studies and understand them and how to apply it to their lives. Actually, actual application to what their daily lives and what they want to get accomplished, their after work groove, or, working from home, anything like that. So it's not just enough to know about what you should do. It's about actually being able to accomplish it. Do you have the skills, system, and support, the vision, focus, and practice in order to actually follow through and do it? And so a lot of times when you see something, it could be a generic tip, like something you maybe already know, like eat 5+ servings of fruits and vegetables per day. But if you don't find a way to make it relevant to you, then you're not going to do it, and you're not going to get the results from that best practice. So that's why I always base everything I do in health coaching. My whole vision is getting you to consider, what does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? When you're able to think through that for yourself, you can apply best practices that I recommend or that you have seen online or in other places, or you can recognize what fits into the life that you want to live. Not everything is for everybody is another way of saying that. What does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? And so that kind of goes back to those other two tips. When you're looking at it, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to adopt the dogmatic beliefs of other people, what you see online, skinny talk and Instagram influencers and people selling you weight loss supplements. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. And then it also doesn't have to suck. Weight loss doesn't have to be the hardest thing in your life. Changing your health habits can be simple as just eating, because you're already eating most days in the first place. You're already doing something with your body most of the time anyway. So figure out what the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams looks like, then create a process and system so you can follow through with it and actually do the things that you know you're meant to do, or find out what you're meant to do in the first place if you don't know what healthy eating is or good exercise habits and all that stuff. I'd be glad to help you. I have some tips on some simple ways to get started. That's linked in the description below, the 90-day jumpstart. This is a step-by-step approach that will help you build a healthier, stronger, more balanced lifestyle that lasts, instead of an all or nothing approach that sucks, that you hate, and then you can't keep it, and then you wonder if something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't have a clear system for you. So let me know what you think about this. You can message me on Instagram if you want to talk more, at Fit for Freelance. Click like, subscribe. Those are 3 points. And next, you can watch the serious problem with starting diets, what lifestyle means. I talk about this a little bit more in depth. I'll put that video over here. So that's today's message. As always, keep practicing. Peace.